Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes blind playthrough. And this is episode 7 and we are now playing as Salim. In the last episode, Rachel fell down into a chasm. And Jason, David and Eric have teamed up to try to find her and also find a way out. And it seems that the monster that this construction fell down on may not be dead yet. Most likely not. And I'm starting to guess that Salim, perhaps Dar, and Eric, David, and Jason, and hopefully Rachel will team up. Stubborn. Should just say stupid. Uh-oh. Leave me alone. Fuck off, you ugly thing. It would be fun to make a playthrough of these games and just fail every QTE. Ah, was that perhaps one of those pivotal moments that I saw in a premonition? That we got away because I didn't fail the QTE? But I think there is still quite a lot of game. Let's see what you're made of. Hey, come on, you ugly thing. Quite interesting, I didn't get a target. Or did I? Because the crosshair never turned red. So, are we willing to bet that that bat thing is dead now? The Americans. I'm guessing the premise for this will be that Salim will join forces with these Americans. And because that will tie in with the prologue where the Akkadian and the Gutian try to stand together against a common enemy to get out alive and hopefully being able to kill each other freely afterwards. But didn't go too well for those fellas. I'm hoping these guys will fare better. And that's all up to me, I guess. But these things, they act like they are some kind of mutated bat things. I'm starting to think about the old movie The Descent that also came out in early 2000, things like 2003 perhaps, about a group of friends, some women that decide to go exploring in a cave, or in a cave system. And down in those caves, there are bat-like monsters. And you could argue that because they start falling victim one by one to these things. And I think there is a theory that this hole must be for the sun, but there's something missing from it. It said R19. What's the other one? A59, I think. Yes, you could argue that in the movie it's actually the main character killing her friends, and that the bat monsters are just figments of her imagination, a way for her brain to cope with the situation. I can't really remember because it's I think I saw that movie when it was new, and I think it came out in 2003. Could be earlier, could be later, but it's been many a year since I saw it.
Still here, Joey?
And I remember when I saw it, I wasn't too pleased with the whole bat monster thing, because shit starts to kick off because there is a cave-in behind them. And I thought that was a great premise for a horror movie. Like, these women are trapped inside this cave system and they have to explore unknown paths to see if they can find a way out. Great setup. So why they decided to
He died. Whatever's out there now, sure shit ain't Joey.
Well, in battle, these things are often difficult to judge.
What's that supposed to mean?
You could have been mistaken, Sergeant.
say nothing. It's probably better. Either way, yes, I thought the whole, like, trying to find a way out was a great premise for, and it could have been super tight horror movie, but
Corporal Gomez, this is Dropkick. You read me, over.
bringing in the bat monsters into it. Am I heading the wrong way? I think I'm heading the wrong way. Made it just too much for my liking, and I know a friend of mine thought the movie was great, and he really liked the whole bat monster twist. And he was also, I think he also presented to me the theory that it was her, like, snapping. And I think it got a sequel as well, where they probably answered that question. I've never seen the sequel, so I don't know if that's true. And sometimes I think sequels sequels can do a really great job of messing up a good story. Because there is a horror movie called Rick. Okay, we know that we will meet Salim. Yes, there is a I think it's Spanish horror movie called Rick, as in record.
He's close. This is so fucked up. Be quiet.
And it's done in, there was something over here. I gotta check that out before I head over and meet perhaps Salim or Dar.
Should never come here.
Either way, this movie is about a movie team
Saw fishers like this back at the temple. Best guess is
or a
to play
TV
something
team
Let's just keep going.
following. They're working for a TV show called While You Slept, and they are gonna spend the night at a fire station
We know what we're
to
facing now. Eyes wide.
let people see how the job of a fireman is. And the night starts off really, really slow. There is nothing happening, no alarms coming in.
Don't let this place fuck with you.
So it feels like it's a big fiasco. And then they're called out to an apartment building where they have heard a woman screaming. They've heard a thud and a woman screaming. Elderly woman. So they're called out to see if she is okay. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but shit goes sideways in ways you wouldn't believe when they come out there. And that movie, I think, is super tight. It's great writing. The acting is top notch, especially the woman that plays the reporter for the TV show. Like the main protagonist of the movie. She is amazing. She really sells it. But I'm gonna check out this. And it presents an interesting
Watch each other's backs.
You may not be alone.
theory on why the things that happen have happened. A mix in between, like a conflict in between science and religion.
Joe, that you?
So I try to keep this spoiler free, even though it is a quite old movie. Take it slow.
He's right. Advance with caution.
But the thing is, that movie got 2 sequels. I think that the second sequel has nothing to do with the first 2 movies. But the first sequel is a direct sequel to the first movie. It starts up just as the first movie has ended, like 5 minutes after the ending of the first movie.
Fucking hoorah.
This is Mailman 3 to Mailman
And
2-1 actual. Come in, Lieutenant, over. This
the
is
thing
Mailman
is,
3 to Mailman 2-1 actual. Come in,
it is
Lieutenant,
so much worse than the first movie, and I
over. Mailman
think
3 to Dropkick. Colonel,
the way they
read that
choose
over.
to progress the story is just a wrong way of doing it. It would have been much more interesting if they had chosen the other path. So if you're gonna watch it, watch the first movie. It is great. It's super tense. Great pacing, great acting, everything. The beginning of it is a bit slow, but don't let that deter you. I promise you, you will be in for a great movie experience. But skip the sequel, because it destroys everything the first film does.
Over there is a demon. We can get through this, but only together.
Yes.
They react to sound like bats. They hear you. They hunt you.
Could we have the explanation when the demon is not there?
They burn in sunlight. Like any living being, they can be killed. Stake through the heart. Your bullets will only slow them down. Even a truck falling on them just makes them angry.
Well, you can understand that.
We do this together. Okay.
And like we found out in my Project Hell guide,
Move into a flanking position and get its attention. I will do the rest.
Hell was not too pleased when the golem tried to drop a tank on her. And who would be? Or who wouldn't be? If you survive such a thing, I think your natural response is to be pissed as hell. But when did he... Shit. I messed that up bad. I am so sorry. I completely misread. But maybe I can save the situation.
Please, please help me. Help me now, please.
Drop your weapon now!
Stop pointing your guns at me. I don't want to hurt you.
Make a mistake,
You're
gonna
outnumbered,
regret, soldier.
son.
Put your gun down now!
No, you lower yours first.
Drop your weapon or we will fire! Are you hearing me? Drop your weapon now!
I didn't come this far to die by a trigger. Happy.
Is that the curator
American.
in the background? Behind Eric?
Okay, enough. There's no point in
Things
fighting.
may have been
Not anymore.
doing a little cameo.
Put one through your fucking skull.
It won't change anything. I'd still be in this hell.
Don't tempt me. We're heading back to the temple. Tie him up. If he tries anything, put him down.
After all we've been through? Thanks a lot.
Suit yourself. How many of your men are here? Were you guarding chemical weapons? We're close, aren't we? Tell me where you've hidden them. Answer me!
You have no idea what you're dealing with. Did you not lay your eyes on the demons?
I don't know what I saw.
I do. There are monsters down here. Monsters.
Yeah, I think
that
I
feed
still
on flesh.
think that
Monsters
there is
that
nothing
burn the gates of
supernatural about them. That's right, we have UV light with us. This will become important to the plot later. Most likely.
in the hole. That's the last one. Should at least slow them down.
Long enough to spot them on the cameras.
So I'm gonna present a theory before I end this episode. Let's say these bat-like creatures, that they are somehow bats that have been mutated
Give me a hand.
due to
We've been in some
maybe
fucked up situations before.
uranium
What the
leak
fuck is this?
somewhere.
If I gotta fight these things,
I don't know if there's any
no one else
uranium
ever
in
fought on our
Iraq,
side.
but I always got your back.
You know I always got your back, buddy. Come with me.
this is something else.
You think?
I know how many places like this we've bombed without a second thought.
These relics are better off in the dust.
What's your problem? These people didn't ask for this war.
Say nothing.
People never have a good answer for that if I get asked.
Mailman 2-1 actual, this is Dropkick. Request update, over.
2 in actual receiving. Cameras are green and the holes have been demolished. Over.
Good work, Lieutenant. Proceed through the eastern corridor and be on your guard. Over.
I hear you. Over and out.
And that seems as good a time as any to end this episode. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.